Hey, how's it going? It's Kiruu. Welcome back to yet another Every End Progress video. Since the last one, I've done 17 streams and so far have about 56,000 attempts. I think this last month I've really done a lot of grinding when it comes to consistency, and my progress really shows this. In the last video, my goal was a lot simpler: to get the level in 3 runs. These runs were from 0, I wanted to get 26% or more, pushing to finally get past Left Unknown's part consistently, and potentially getting to Blitzer's edging jump section. I also wanted to get 33 to 50 or 33 to 55, something to connect the middle part of the level into Kermal's section, and then finally continue the grind of 55 to 100. Now with this goal in mind, let's hop into the streams and progresses. On stream 38, we opened up with a raid from our friendly neighborhood goat Pop-Off, which was kind of distracting for me as, well, I feel like I have to be on peak performance whenever I have a top player in my chat. But anyway, I really felt like I didn't have that much progress from Joxy's part and Nepesta's part, which is basically 33 through 50, so I focused on learning this section. Here I did Joxy's part pretty consistently. I feel like I got that down relatively quick and almost went through the entirety of Nepesta's part, dying at 48%.
Why is this part so fucking laggy?
After this, I don't really know what happened. I guess I got like pissed or bored or something, I don't really know, and brain rot took over, but yeah.
I haven't kid with Jade? No. Would I adopt you? I don't know who you are. Do I visit Jade regularly? I don't even know where he lives. I don't know what state he's in. I don't know where he lives either. If a man could get pregnant with a baby in his balls or in his butt, I don't know. Are my hands regular or small? My hands are very small.
Stream 39 was kind of a consistency check day. I continued to play from Joxy's part and did 33 to 46, dying again in the middle of Nepesta. Then a bit later, I played from Nepesta and almost made it through career course section, but choked at 55%. Then a bit later, I played from Starkey just to see where I stood at the latter half of the level, and unfortunately choked at the last frame perfect, dying right at 99%. A bit later on in the stream, I played from Mindcap section 8% and did 8 to 24. Then right after this, I played from Blitzer and died right at around 36%. All these runs don't seem too significant, as they're all kind of 10, 15, 20% runs at most, but if we look at it in the bigger picture, I am slowly putting these sections together, which is kind of what I've been trying to do in order to get a big fluke and actually get this level in 3 runs. On stream 40, I was really sick, so I didn't really play too much. I only streamed for about an hour. I did a run of 67 to 94, and afterwards continued my consistency grind at the beginning of the level. I did 23 to 36, and then shortly after, 33 to 42. Now we get to stream 41. This was where I truly felt like all that grinding was starting to pay off. At the beginning, while warming up, I did 33 to 46, before later on, playing from the second half of Kermal, I finally got a new best to 100. I somehow hit this insane run of 61 to 100, a 39% run. I felt good. So I went back to Nepesta's part to see if that run was really just a fluke. I passed Nepesta's section, then career course section, and almost made it all the way through Kermal's section, dying right at the end at 66%, making this run 41 to 66, a 25% run. I took a trip back to the beginning and played at 8 to test once again to see if this was just another fluke or if I really just got a skill boost. I died at 25, making this 8 to 25%. Since I was so consistent at the beginning as well, I played from 0, but unfortunately, Left Unknown strikes again, and I died at 19%.
God fucking damn it, bro.
Stream 42, I mostly played a lot of the beginning of the level. I started off with a run of 8 to 22%, then playing from 0, I died at 16%. I didn't really show the amount of deaths that occurred during Mindcaps and Left Unknown's parts, as doing those 2 sections back to back are literally the hardest part of this level for sure. Anyway, a bit later, I wanted to make sure I kept the consistency up in the middle section of the level. Playing from Nepesta's part, I died at 56%, somehow messing up the first jump in Kiruu. After this, I played from 55 to see if I still got it down, and I passed Starkey, but unfortunately died at 82%.
No, god damn it.
There really was nothing to talk about on Stream 43. I took like a 3-day break and I was kind of rusty, so I tried to regain my consistency playing from Left Unknown. Didn't really do much. I did do a pretty decent run of 23 to 36 and then 36 to 47, and that's pretty much all I did that day. Stream 44 I think was one of the most important streams I've had thus far. At first, I started off doing my usual routine. I played Kiruu and got a run of 55 to 68, before going back to Joxy's section at 33 to see if I could connect the pieces together. I almost cleared Nepesta, but died right at the last jump at 49%. Afterwards, I really decided I wanted to get a new best from zero. I tried my absolute hardest to lock in the second half of Left Unknown and Blitzer's section, all the way through to the edging jumps. I passed the edgers from 18% and died at 31%. Then I decided it was time to do a consistency check on Left Unknown. I fully passed it, then died at 24. I passed it again, but died at 23. I played from the second half at 18, then died at 29. I played from there once again, and this time I actually made it to Joxy's section for the first time, but then knowing me, I choked on it and died at 36%. At this point, I felt like I was ready and played from zero. I passed the first half of Left Unknown, so now it was time for the second half, but I still couldn't get past it. I died on the last few clicks of Left Unknown, dying at 22.96%. I was not happy with it, because I knew I could have gone at least to the edgers at 26 to 27, but at least a new best is a new best. So I moved on and played from Nepesta's part. This time, I made it to Kiruu's again and actually cleared it. I got to Starkey's, passed 71, and somehow managed to get an insane run of 41 to 73, a 32% run. This was the run I needed to convince myself that I'm so much closer to 3 runs than I had initially thought. Quite literally the next morning, I wanted to keep this streak up, so I continued to play from zero, and I unfortunately managed to get 22% again. Stream 45, I figured out this new tech for the triple spike transition before Left Unknown, where you can actually hold on a few triple spikes. I've started to do this so I don't have to focus on timing as many of them, so I can actually focus and lock in for Left Unknown. I kept the grind up for the beginning of the level, playing from 23%, I died at 39. Then shortly after, I actually passed Joxy and got to Nepesta, but died right at 44%. Afterwards, I spent about an hour setting up my eye tracker and played from zero. I finally got my first Left Unknown pass and was ready for Blitzer's part, but in typical Kiruu fashion, I choked at the first jump, dying at 23%.
Fucking great.
Considering how often I've been hitting these 20% plus runs, I've started to feel less and less nervous now when I actually get decently far in runs. I warmed up with 79 to 94 before moving back to Nepesta and getting 41 to 61.
Damn, first time I died there in a while.
Right after this, I moved back to 29, as this was kind of an easier section leading into Joxy's part. I flew through Joxy, Nepesta, Kiruu, and almost passed Kiruu, but died at 66%, making this a 37% run.
My god.
Then I went to zero to take another spin at getting an actual attempt at Blitzer, but died at 19%. Realistically, I should be able to do either 0 to 29. I could either push for 29 from 0, or I can do 23 to 66. If I tried hard enough, I could push through fucking 23 to 66. I'm getting really consistent at Left Unknown too. So I would say today isn't actually that bad. I just kind of just built consistency. And that's exactly what I aimed for. Stream 48, I practiced Blitzer's section, knowing that I had did 23 to 47 previously, along with 29 to 66. Knowing that I could get to Kiruu's part from Joxy, I had a feeling that I could really push myself to get 23 to 61 at the very least. So, I shot my shot and played there. I passed Joxy easily, flew through Nepesta, made it to career core, and actually didn't choke. At this point, it was time. I made it to Kamal, and I just had to make it to 61 in order to finally reach my goal of getting every end in 3 runs. My heart rate was over 150 BPM for almost an entire minute's worth of gameplay, and we finally did it. 23 to 62, 39% run. Every end in 3 runs just like that. 0 to 23, 23 to 62, and 61 to 100. It was over. Shortly after this, I wanted to see just how consistent this was, or if it was just as a fluke, again. And I died at 51%.
God, what in the hell?
Since I completed my goal, the only logical thing to do now was get a new best from 0. So that's what I went to go for. I genuinely felt as if after doing this goal, everything felt just slightly easier. I managed to make it to Left Unknown in just a short amount of time, but died at 21%. Quite literally 5 minutes later, I made it back to Left Unknown, but died once again at 23%.
Oh no!
Fuck! After this, I played at Mindcap's part at 8% to see if I can actually pass it for once. I passed both Left Unknown and Blitzer and made it to Joxy, dying at 34%. After this, I played from 0 and got back there once again and died yet again at 23%.
I hate
Stream 49, I continued the grind of playing from 0. I started warming up by playing from the Pestis part, just to see if I could actually consistently get to Starkey from there. I fully passed Karekor and Kermal's sections, but unfortunately died at the beginning of Starkey at 69%, making this a 28% run. Soon after this, I played from 0, and on my first attempt, I actually made it past Left Unknown and into Blitzer, but died at 25%, my current new best from 0. I finished off the day by doing a run of 23 to 45. Stream half century, I opened up with a run of 18 to 46 somehow, a 28% run. Afterwards, I did some runs from 0 to continue to push past this impossible wall that is Left Unknown. First, I made it to the second half, but died at 21%. Shortly after, I made it back there, but died at 23% again.
no, I fucking god damn it.
A couple minutes later, I made it back once again and died at 20%.
What the hell was that?
I took a short break, came back, and played from Mindcap and died at 27. Then literally within the next few attempts, I made it back to Left Unknown again and died at 21%.
Man?
The next stream, I was feeling a bit fatigued and didn't really do much. I drank some water and nearly almost died.
I choked on water.
And with that, we've reached the end of this month's progress video. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that supported me and cheered me on. Oh, and also shout out to Doggy for finally pulling through and spawning in one of my streams.
Why am I so nervous?
Yo, what the fuck? Doggy. Oh my god. Okay, maybe
I
that's
feel like after he pulled up, I got the Doggy skill boost that I needed. In terms of the goal that I set during the last progress video, I wanted to get the level in 3 runs. And well, we actually did it. I never thought I'd get to the point where I'd have a top 5 level in 3 runs. Hell, I never thought I'd even be playing a top level to begin with. But it's thanks to you guys that I've made it this far. As for the goal for the next progress video, we're going to be shooting for 2 runs. Now I know this sounds insane, but hear me out. These are all the runs that I have that are over 30%. See how I have 23 to 62 and 61 to 100? Why not meet in the middle? I want to try and get 41% from 0 and potentially get 41 to 100. Now I know this is super ambitious, but looking at the runs and everything that I have, I really think it is possible. That pretty much wraps everything up for this progress video. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the continuous support. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Face reveal will be coming soon, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next stream.